Where were we? The Danny Bonaduce clips?
Yeah.
Of him cutting his wrist? What do you think about that whole cutting the wrist thing?
Well, I heard you talking about it.
On the way out on Friday?
On the way out.
I don't believe it's an actual suicide
You think
attempt.
It's the cry for help?
Yeah, it's definitely just a cry for help.
ratings.
Unless
I can't stand addicts. I used to live with one. They're just fucking the most selfish, weak-minded fucking pussies on the planet.
That's how I see it.
I'm sick of them.
That is how I see it.
And they always surround themselves with people who want to help, and they just do the most fucked up shit. And then they just call themselves out on it first. No, I'm a loser. I'm an asshole. And then they surround themselves with people going like, "No, people love you. Don't kill yourself."
Good. Well, and then they get all the attention they were looking for, you know? That's what I think.
They need tough love. Kill yourself. Jump out the window.
It's a disease, man.
We're getting into an area that, I don't know. The whole alcohol is a disease thing. I have a tough time believing. I'm sorry.
It's called willpower.
They have the Danny Bonaduce, was explaining, I think, to his kids or his wife or whatever in this latest episode, saying that, Daddy's got to go to rehab because alcohol is a disease. And I'm like, I don't know.
Think if someone with cancer could stop drinking from the bottle of cancer,
right?
And it would be cured.
That's the obvious thing I was going to say. Yeah,
how fast would you throw away the bottle of AIDS?
If you knew this is what was, this is what was causing.
One more shot. I can't get off the stuff.
You have a
can't get off the AIDS.
The AIDS.
You have a cancer-ridden body, but someone's saying just put down the cancer bottle and you'll be fine.
And you're cured.
But you can't do that with a real disease. So I don't know. I don't know why they're taking this angle that it's a disease.
And the overeaters and the bulimia.
I'm sure there's something else going on with your mind psychologically and stuff that is causing you this. But to actually call it a disease, I think, is an insult to people that have real diseases that they cannot stop it.
There's some kind of mental thing.
It's called being a pussy.
You're just lumping it under you're a pussy.
I'm going John Wayne on this one.
Yeah. Bill, here it is. Where'd you find the clip? Oh, we're all over the ball field here today. I understand that, but that's what we do on this program. That's what we're talking about.
There she is in the canoe behind them.
Can we get this up on our website? Because we talked about it on Friday. But look, those workers are just walking by.
So they deliberately walked through to fuck her.
Oh,
they had to. That's wonderful.
I have no idea, but she just, she's trying to be all dramatic and give us that little twist of fear, and she got caught bad.
Yeah, before they walked in, that could have been 20 feet of water.
Steve, you want to throw that on the website? A lot of people want to check that out from Friday. Oh, you got it up there? Okay, cool. Go to opieandanthony.com. So I know that's controversial, but people get really pissed off when you try to say I don't think it's a disease. Personally, I don't think it's a disease.
I see it as something bad for these people.
Here's Jason in Philly. He's going to yell at us.
Psycho thing.
Jason, go ahead.
Hey, Ope, how you doing?
All right. I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you my opinion. That's all, sir.
Well, you said about the cancer stick or the cancer, they would get rid of the cancer. People still smoke every day.
Yeah, they're called pussies.
Yeah,
right.
That's not what
Put
you
the
said.
cigarette down.
Put the cigarettes down, but they still smoke every day.
I like the guys that have the cancer or the heart problems, and they're still smoking.
Yeah,
like
eating
what
and
more?
drinking and all that other stuff.
What more has to happen?
I could say you're addicted to it.
Yeah,
but then it's a disease.
Not a disease. You're addicted to it, right?
Yeah, alcoholism is a disease because it's been proven it's a disease.
No,
I mean, my mom had it her whole life. My dad had it his whole life.
I don't know, man. I think that's a cop out. I believe you can be addicted to stuff, and it's tough to get out of that pattern. But to call it a disease.
What about the raging alcoholic drunk that just one day on his own, without the 12 steps, without religion, just goes, you know something? I am fucking my life up, fucking my family up. How about I just throw away the alcohol? And they do it, and it works.
You know what they would say to you?
What?
You didn't have the disease.
Yeah, but I went back. I did it, and I went back to it.
All right.
Well, that's being weak.
Jason, you're a weak person.
It's being weak.
No, I never said I was strong.
Jason, I know this is controversial. I just don't buy the disease angle. I just don't.
No one trying to quit smoking puts that cigarette in their mouth, lights it, and then 2 seconds later goes, holy shit, I'm smoking! It's this conscious decision to take the cigarette out of the box, put it in your mouth, light it, and if you're trying to quit during that entire process, you're thinking, man, I really shouldn't be doing this. I want to quit smoking. And you're lighting it up. No one's holding it there. No one's lighting it for you while you're pinned down.
And then it's kind of a cop-out. Mommy has a disease. That's why she's, slamming back shots in the kitchen as she cooks.
It's a new propaganda angle.
Yeah.
Put on it. It's not a disease. How many raging alcoholics are flipping out, gripping their steering wheel right now as they listen to this shit?
Right. It's a disease. It's got to be, please. If it's not, I'm really fucked.
Here's Danny Bonaduce talking about it as a disease.
So, just so you know, because I've always been square with you about this in the past, that nothing new and or terrible has occurred. You can just, feel when it's coming back. And, you can drink like a gentleman for so long till something bad happens. And I decided not to wait. What do you think?
I guess so. Well, I think I go with you. Because we just can't. I've got to do something for grown-ups. Not little boys. Okay?
Are we okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm sorry about this.
It's not your fault.
See that?
I'm afraid it is, my dear.
Thank you, Danny, for saying I'm afraid it is.
Afraid it is.
Yeah, because you're not held accountable. You got to be held accountable for the shit you do in your life.
No.
Because if you fail, at rehab and you can't cure this disease, you can at least tell people around you, the people that love you, that you're disappointing. I tried, but it's a disease. I did my best, but the disease got to me.
Then people
are
automatically surround them, go, "Well, we're here for you," and blah blah. The master manipulators.
When are people going to be accountable for what they do in their lives? I don't get it.
Who wouldn't want to walk around hammered all day?
I would love to.
It'd be fucking great.
Wouldn't that be great? Just
every
drunk
day,
off
just
your ass
boozing
every
it up,
day.
and people just sweeping up after you.
No hangover because you just keep getting drunk. Sure, why not?
I love this.
Yeah, any problem you cause, your loved ones are there. We're there for you because you have a disease, cleaning up your messes. Yeah.
Steve in North Dakota, what's up?
South Dakota.
It said ND, bro. I'm sorry.
I'll let it slide.
All right, what's
You're
up?
diseased. Hey, I'm a raging alcoholic. It's no damn disease.
Why? Because you choose to be a raging alcoholic?
Well, no, I'm still a raging alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in over 8 years, but it's just having your head all fucked up is all it is.
It's something that's fun. People enjoy it, and you get selfish and don't want to give it up because it's so much fun to do.
Leukemia.
Yeah.
That's
there
a disease.
That's a disease.
Let's go all the way out to
You
Cape
can't go
Cod.
to a 12-step program to get rid of leukemia.
No one gets pissed if you spill your chemo on somebody. They don't go, hey, motherfucker. You're in a bar, you're all drunk, someone spills their beer on you when they're all drunk. You're like, you motherfucker, watch where you're going.
I can't help it. It's a disease.
That's it. If your dialysis tube breaks and your blood spurts all over someone, they're not going, hey, I'm walking here. I'm so sorry.
Your feeding tube springs a leak and you're squirting people in the face.
Maybe if your colostomy bag broke and got on someone on the subway. I could see him getting pissed, but not for the same reason.
Let's go to Cape Cod. Ryan.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Ryan.
Love you guys.
All right.
I'm a big opponent, actually, of the 12-step programs. Having been in them a few times, the number one precedence is that you are powerless over your disease, and I just didn't buy into that. And surprisingly, I can still have a drink or two and call it quits today. So it is possible to get over it with willpower and a strong mind. I don't necessarily see disease, except in certain extreme circumstances where the body really does shut down. But I just don't see the cop-out of disease thing. It's a willpower and a state of mind.
It just seems like it's more of a cop-out than anything. I don't know anything about the program, so I'm not going to trash those guys. I know they're doing a great service to many, many people, but
it works for some people.
But the problem I have is calling it a disease. I just don't get that part of it at all.
Yeah, I actually agree with you completely.
I saw in Penn and Teller's Bullshit, they did a whole thing on this, and I saw that the success rate for people that go into the 12-step program is exactly the same percentage-wise as people that have just decided to stop and really stuck with it through willpower and just stopped drinking. Same exact percentage.
Let's go to Mike in Yonkers. He says it is a disease. Mike?
All right.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yo, we are not responsible for addiction. We're responsible for the recovery. It's a disease. It's not an excuse. You see what I'm saying?
How is it a disease?
It's a disease. The disease is not the alcohol. It's the fact that they can't stop drinking. When you take that first drink, then you're powerless.
Yeah, that's no willpower. That's not a disease.
Exactly. No, it is. When your body physically needs it. Now, here's the thing. It is our
addiction.
I'm on my way to rehab. It is our choice not to pick up that first drink. So it is not an excuse. I am not defending that. It's an excuse. A lot of people will use it as an excuse, but it's not.
When you have that first drink and you fucked up, didn't you know before you put it in your mouth that this was going to be bad?
Exactly.
But why then? Why did you have it? What goes on in your mind that actually keeps you from stopping drinking that shot?
That's where I need the willpower myself.
That's willpower. It's not disease.
Yeah, nobody's
it's
addicted
willpower.
to cancer.
Yeah, no one could go, geez, if I could just stop with the cancer, but I can. I love it. It's enjoyable.
It's a disease, and I'm
addicted
to it.
And how else am I going to get laid?
Exactly. You're right. I'm not saying it's an excuse. It's definitely not an excuse. And that 3% that Penn and Teller said,
yeah,
that's for people that go to the rooms and decide to stop going to meetings. It's like if you're diabetic and you take your insulin, you're going to be all right. But if you decide to stop taking your insulin, you're going to die.
This guy's been brainwashed. He's like Tom Cruise talking about Scientology.
Right. All right, Mike. Thank you.
Hey,
I don't know shit. I'm just saying. I don't really get it myself. So, hey, Danny Bonaduce cutting his wrist. So this is the other thing I want. I don't think cutting of the wrist is actually a suicide attempt.
Wow.
Which way did he go? Vertical or horizontal?
Well, if you go vertical would be up
that's
up
when
the arm.
Yeah, you're really trying to kill yourself.
Yeah, up the arm, I would say you're trying to kill yourself. Oh yeah. Oof. Anything you do and then you just sit there and think about it, I don't know.
Like they say pills are really a cry for help. Because a lot of people that take pills usually wind up calling somebody and saying, I took a bunch of pills, and then you're off to the hospital.
And you have
stomach,
enough.
They're fine.
And there is that time.
Enough time. It takes a while, unless
time.
depending on what pills you're taking and how many you're taking. But most of the time it's...
Plus, wasn't there a camera crew sitting
time.
there as he's cutting his wrist? I mean...
I don't know. I don't know how it went down, but... yeah. He's fucking up this reality TV for everybody because now it's like, extreme. It's extreme. It's extreme stuff, and anyone else pitching a show, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever. Did you see what Danny was doing for 8 weeks on VH1?
Mm-hmm.
Here's him cutting his wrist or explaining it, which is pretty cool, I think.
She comes home at 3 in the morning and tells me she wants a divorce because I've gotten so mad about the strippers. Wow. So I say I can't live without you. I said, well, you have to. So I cut my wrist.
Oh, here comes the crazy
and I'm bleeding. And it doesn't work out well, so I cut it again. Is this not bleeding enough? And I say, you see...
Jesus.
It's not bleeding enough.
I wish VH1 had the balls to play the Benny Hill music right there. Instead of...
Put it in fast motion.
VH1, I don't think this is dramatic enough. Go get the dramatic music.
And I'm bleeding. And it doesn't work out well, so I cut it again. Is this not bleeding enough? And I say, you see, here's the little... So I say, I would die without you, so don't divorce me, I'll die. And she says, I'm divorcing you. So this one I cut a little more serious. Well, I nick a little something. You can see this bump right here. You're a doc, you probably know. It starts shooting blood for a little... it's not that bad. It's certainly worse than that one. But it's bleeding an unreasonable amount. So she flips out and is going to call, I'm assuming, an ambulance. And dials 911. Well, 911's the cops. 911's not an ambulance. So I take the phone and I hang it up and I smash it on the ground. Well, the cops show up anyway. And I'm shooting blood. They put me in handcuffs. And they take me to the psych ward. So anyway, so that was kind of fun. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other parts.
This is so ridiculous. Why don't you straighten up and stop, he's being an asshole, and then you just, fucking...
He's great, because he's doing exactly what these reality shows are looking for, just a train wreck, you know? And then you got the therapist there. He's never had this situation in his stupid L.A. office before, And he doesn't
that therapist probably has a headshot. Have you seen his face?
Yeah,
the way it's all
exactly.
pulled back?
He's like a TV therapist, basically. And he's just sitting there, I guarantee that therapist has more problems than Danny Bonaduce. Guarantee it.
Drew from Houston says people choose to keep smoking and end up with lung cancer. Lung cancer is definitely considered a disease. Yeah, and people that drink end up with, like, cirrhosis of the liver.
That's a disease. That's a disease.
Brought on by your selfishness and lack of willpower.
Yeah.
Now you have that.
Well, everyone's
the end result is
right.
You end up with a disease.
Yeah.
We have...
you don't, like, die from drinking because of the fun that you're having while you're drunk. For the most part.
Guys, here it is. Ready? Matt, California. Not a disease. Joel from New Jersey. Is a disease. Matt from Ohio. I had cancer and I was an alkie. Jim from Alabama. It's all bullshit. Oscar. It is a disease. Frank from California. I'm a recovering addict. Bob from Philly. I'm 48 days out of rehab. There is evidence it is a disease. Happy from Wisconsin. Alcohol, not a disease. Shane from Montana, not a disease.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to go to?
It doesn't matter.
I think we have stirred up some controversy today. All right, let's go to Bob.
Let's go to the guy with the reference.
Bob in
48
Philly?
days rehab.
Hey, boys. How you doing?
Hey,
What's up, Bob? How are you?
All right. Listen, I struggle with the same thing, man. Is it a disease? Is it not a disease? But see, the alcohol and the drug abuse is actually a symptom of the disease. It's not the disease. The disease is obsession and compulsion, which is actually a clinical disease. It's chemicals in the brain that are released, that make you obsessed and compulsed about getting your drug of choice, your alcohol and such. But see, I still have trouble believing that too, because I'm like you. I'm like, well, just don't pick up, don't use, don't drink.
Yep.
But, they're throwing evidence out there saying, it is a disease. So I'm struggling with it right now.
All right, well, good luck to you, Bob.
Hey, have a good day.
All right.
Hey, you too.
All right. Well, enough. I mean, whatever. That's just our opinions on that. I got the two clips of Danny and his wife in the therapist's office.
Uh-huh.
Where you were saying, like...
Oh, yeah. He looked like he wanted to kill the shrink.
This is great. Listen to this clip. This is where Danny demands that Gretchen tell the doctor she loves him. Yeah, this will help in a relationship when you're having problems.
Yeah.
Are you in love with me? Please look at the doctor and say, I am in love with my husband. I know it from the bottom of my heart. I'm in love with my husband.
I think I'm at a place where I can begin to feel that again.
Wait. So
Danny,
you're not
please stop
But
this.
you told me this way. This is going to get bad now. Howard, Gretchen,
Yes?
I'm in love with you. And that's all. There's no but. There's no couch. There's no if she'd sleep with me. It's painful that you won't sleep with me. So what? I'm in love with you. Never sleep with me again. I'm in love with you. I hate it that you have a staff of thousands, yet tell me you have no time for me. Keep them and have no time for me. I'm in love with you. You treat me terribly. And I'll stay in love with you. I can't help it. It's like breathing. You're everything to me. Could you look at the doctor and say, I'm sure I'm in love with my husband?
Can you?
Yes or no? Are you in love with me?
I am sure that I am at a spot where I can, because now that everything has come apart.
You promised me. You said you would tell the doctor, I am in love with my husband.
Danny.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
She's so trying to get you to care with that music in the background.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just going to go, he's treated you like shit. He fucked around on you. No, I don't love you.
Right.
You've treated me terribly. He's out there just fucking
strippers and
fighting with trannies.
And then saying it's a sex addiction.
Steroids.
I have a disease.
All right,
Yeah.
Here's Danny.
I like to fuck whores.
Here's Danny flipping out on the doctor. This is the clip you were talking about.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for me the way I hoped. I hoped it would work out better than this. Let's see you, Doc. You know what, though? The whole deconstructing the house, good job. You're f***ing with my house now. I'm digging you less every second.
Digging you less.
Cool world.
Damn it, Gary. Damn it, Gary.
Danny. Lenny. This has to happen for us to start over. Okay? It has to. It's not healthy what's been going on for both of us.
No, it's not. And that's when you try and take away your love again. Are you doing something to my wife that is making her behave differently than she does outside your door? Is there some voodoo that you do that makes a woman outside that door be desperately in love with me and not right there?
I wish I could take responsibility.
Is there something you're doing? What the is happening around here?
Please stop, okay?
Yeah, know what it is? Like, she has protection in the office.
Right.
You know, because they're at their home by themselves. Yes, Danny, I
You
love
love
you.
me?
Yes.
If she started going, I'm at a place right now, boom, right in the face.
Right. Yeah, of course, when they're at home alone, she's going to be saying that. She's scared
Not
shitless.
stupid.
The guy's got scars and bandages on his wrist, and he's asking her, do you still love me? Of course she's going to say yes.
Steroid needle in his shoulder blade.
But in the office, she feels a little bit protected, you know?
How easy is it to write scary music, too, with a Casio? You just need 2 notes.
Yeah,
You just keep going back between... Yeah, just really slowly.
All right. Let's go to Dave in Texas. Dave.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
I was married to an alcoholic, and I don't know if it's a disease or not, but if she wasn't drinking, she was spending money, and when we ran out of money, she'd find some other fucked up deal to do to make everybody's life miserable. And to me, it's just a matter of being grown up. You know, as far as smoking and all that, it's not dying you worry about, it's living, boys. I want to do a line of coke or smoke a joint. As long as you don't let it rule your life, it's not dying I'm worried about, it's living.
Little moderation, sir.
I agree
There
with
was
you.
on Intervention last night. Also, it's a 2 addict thing. One was the video game guy. The other was this woman. She's got 2 kids from one marriage. Got a husband now that seemed completely gay. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but wasn't part of the story. And she would eat, I guess, for breakfast and lunch, the normal woman is supposed to take in 1,200 calories. By 2 p.m., between 8 and 2 p.m., she had taken in just about 6,000 calories every day. She used to puke it up. Now
6,000 calories?
6,000.
Eric was handing me something in the middle of that. 6,000
between
calories?
8 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon.
Holy
Because she has
shit.
to stop eating like that when her husband gets home at 3.
Right.
And they showed her driving to McDonald's and other fast food places. She'd get like a Blizzard, and then she'd go to some other place and get nachos and pizza. And they just showed her eating, and she's talking about how, I only feel good while I'm eating, while the food is with me and I'm eating. And they just show her shoving food in her face. And she goes, the second the food's gone, I feel terrible about myself and I just want to get it out. And she was fat, stuff. It wasn't even working out for her. And what she would do, because she didn't want to vomit anymore, she hadn't puked for quite a while, she said, she was taking laxatives
Holy crap.
and water pills. So these, the water pills get the water out of your system, and the laxatives, we all know what that does. And she must have been... I want to get in touch with her to enter her in our contest, because I'm sure what comes out of there on a daily basis. And she's crying that she wants to stop, but, it's can't. And again, the disease thing comes in, and you need help and stuff. She's shoving this shit in her face. She knows what's going to happen afterwards.
Right.
But can't stop eating.
Wow, we caused a lot of controversy. I mean, you can see people yelling as Danny types what they want to talk about.
What is Chip? They kind of typed it up weird inside. Goes, I have cancer. It is not a disease.
Chip.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
You have cancer,
Yeah.
and it's not a disease.
No, I meant the alcoholic.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure because I thought, wow, this guy stumbled upon a cure or something.
Yeah, at least the alcohol thing we can all admit is kind of in a gray area, but he wants to start his own thing.
I don't see
I
it
got
as a
cancer,
disease.
It's not a disease.
One day I woke up and said, fuck this cancer, no more of it. And I just threw it away and haven't had any since.
And I haven't had a tumor since. Go ahead, Chip, sorry.
No, that's all right. The people who use that as a crutch and say that alcoholism or gambling or anything is a disease is I want to punch them in the face.
Gambling as a disease is the dumbest, most ridiculous. Stop it! It is not a disease.
I like strip clubs. That's a disease too, I guess.
Oh, it's a disease. Yeah, they'd say you're a sex addict and need to see that, but gambling as a disease. It's not even something that's really connected. You're not putting it in you. You're getting a rush of adrenaline from it, winning, losing, putting a big hand up. I completely understand that because it's exciting. It's fun. But as far as the disease goes, people take things they really enjoy, and there's a whole spectrum there. People can either take it or leave it, or people can't ever leave it and consider it a disease. And then there's everyone in the middle with different degrees of, I really enjoy this, but I realize I have a life and I can't gamble all the time. It's fun, But I can't do it all the time. That's all it is. It's being selfish.
So you have the big C there, Chip, and you're saying alcohol is not a disease? What?
Yeah, selfishness is probably the best description. The funny thing is, I was actually hit by a bus, and they ran some tests and they found cancer. So in my kidneys, in one kidney. So I ended up having my kidney removed. I've been cancer-free for 2.5 years now, and I have aunts and things that have gone through breast cancer, and they invite me on the survivor walks. And I'm like, I don't feel like a survivor because I never really suffered. I was just lucky enough that they found it.
Right.
So when I hear these, and again, I feel guilty because I saw relatives lose their hair from chemo, and I didn't have to go through any of that. It just pulled my kidney out, and I'm cancer free. So when I see these people going around saying, "Oh, I've got this disease, I can't stop gambling, or I can't stop," I swear to God, I just want to beat the shit out of them.
How bad is that? Like the doctor comes in after your bus accident. Hey, good news, the bus really didn't do that much damage, but look what we found.
We're gonna have to remove the kidney.
Guys, you know what the worst part was? I kept going for second opinions and third opinions. Every time I went, they gave me a prostate exam.
Ugh.
Every friggin' urologist.
There's a plus to that whole thing, then, I guess.
Yeah,
looks like you got another disease.
Whoa.
You might want to try to cure.
I went for the first checkup over my first over 40 checkup that you have to get. Had to get it.
What were you gonna?